Hi, I'm Simon Armour, one of the NELP research team based at Sheffield Hallam University. I'm just going to talk you through a few slides explaining the timeline for places that want to be involved in the configurational comparative analysis, or CCA, evaluation this autumn. We have two surveys this year that places need to complete to take part in the CCA. There's the System Maturity Survey and the Resources Survey. So the System Maturity Survey is that self-assessment of where you stand as a partnership, as a place, in relation to the conditions that were identified in the System Maturity Matrix, which hopefully you'll be familiar with, at least to some extent. Does involve capturing the views of a range of different stakeholders and partners. And just to say that the responses to that are not routinely shared with Sport England unless you opt into that. That's because we feel it's really important that places are confident in sharing openly and honestly the challenges as well as the successes and the progress that's being made in that survey. The Resources Survey is much more about facts and figures really, so how much money there is being put into this work within the place, what people we've got working there and so on. So probably needs somebody who's quite close to that side of the programme management to complete it. Just 9 questions. It's a little bit of involvement of partners perhaps in terms of reflecting on the capacity and capability, which is the final question of the survey. Responses to this are routinely shared with Sport England, who might use this as part of their programme management work as well, to keep an overview of where places are up to and so on. Both surveys do need to be completed to take part in the CCA, so please make sure you respond to both of those. To summarise the actions that places need to complete to take part in the CCA this year. First of all, if you haven't already, please do respond to that participation survey. And the next stage then, if you haven't started already, is to capture that information and insight from partners and stakeholders for responding to the System Maturity questionnaire. Obviously collecting that information for the Resources Survey at the same time. And if you have any questions, we do have a couple of NELP drop-ins, 24th and 29th of September, so please do join those. Work with NELP to confirm the moderation meeting arrangements, so we can get those all in diaries for November, and then just complete and submit both those online surveys by the 15th of October. So finally, just to provide a quick overview of the longer term timeline for this evaluation work. Following that submission of your survey responses in October, the next event really is the moderation workshops, where we'll try to just clarify some of the responses, make sure that we've got consistent interpretation of the system maturity levels across different places. Following that, the NELP team will go away and do some analysis, and then we'll have some workshops in February where we'd really welcome your input to help to make sense of what's emerging from that analysis, really. See how that resonates with your experiences. How can we explain why we're seeing these patterns emerge? And then we'll take that information away with your inputs, and of course the spring evaluation and learning reports will be coming in around about April next year. So NELP will draw on those as well and combine that information with the CCA to produce some findings, which hopefully will be of use and interest to places to share at our seminars over the summer next year. If anybody wants to see the seminars which took place this summer, they are all recorded and online, along with the slides at the website evaluatingcomplexity.org, so please do visit that, where there's lots and lots of resources for the CCA and other work that we do with places. So thanks very much for taking part in this work. Your contributions are absolutely essential and really valued by the NELP team, so thank you.